What is up, productivity and profit? Profit, productivity. Did an office day yesterday. Here's the thing I love is I get to work with world-class business owner, really smart people every day. And then in my newsletter, my monthly newsletter, I really get to break down some of the more seemingly complicated, but actually simpler solutions that we come up with. So I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to show you how you're probably looking at your business wrong. All right. So this guy, a little background, this guy came in, really smart guy. He came in and he's hired every business coach you could imagine. And all he wants to do to reach his life goals is add an extra $100,000 a year as simply as possible. He's doing $500,000. He wants to get to 600,000. Okay. He's kind of at capacity. He's been on a wait list. And everyone says that you got to change your model. You got to change the group coaching, which he doesn't want to do, which is really important. Like, you really have to understand what people are trying to accomplish with their life, right? So he's at capacity on a wait list, and everyone is telling him these complicated model changes, and he doesn't want complicated. He just wants to talk to people one-on-one. Okay, the good clients have been rolling in, have been paying $1,800 a month. No brainer. They roll in. They pay $1,800 a month. He works mostly with teenagers just to kind of help them get their shit together. Okay, so he has 31 clients. And when we do this, we list out the clients right here. I just had him list out his clients, what they're paying, and how big of a headache they are. And I'll tell you what I mean by this. This is like stress levels, okay? So you're going to see the multiplicative effect here. Thought he was stuck. Everybody told him you have to change the model. And I said, you know what? Pay me, whatever, $5K for the day. And I guarantee I'll show you a way you don't have to change your model, or I'll give you your money back. Here's what we found. He has 31 clients paying an average of $1,362 a month. Boom, $500,000 revenue. It's right where he wanted to be, but he needs another $100,000 a year, and he'll reach all of his life goals, retire his wife, retire himself, all that stuff, pay off his house. Okay. So how do we get to $100,000 a year? You can see here that 31 was just like a hair above capacity. So he's at capacity. He doesn't want to do group coaching, and everybody kept pushing into it. Again, I said, you know what? We're going to get you more money, get you working less, and make your life better without changing your model. And he did not believe that was possible. So here's, again, what we did. Listed down all the clients, what they're paying, and headache/stress level for each client. Okay, it took a couple minutes. Then I said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through your wait list. And because if money is the number one goal, we start here, right? If stress and headache is the number one goal, we start here. For him, financials were the most important thing. So what we did was we made a list of everybody on his wait list is a good fit right now for $1,800 a month. And I said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to roll one on, and then we're going to fire or let another client expire. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to sort them by payment. So if this person's paying $400 a month, right, what we do is we roll in a good client at $1,800 a month, and we let this one go. Systematically, we roll in one at $1,800, and then we let the next one go. So every single move is increasing revenue and profit because there's no additional cost. So we're increasing revenue and profit simultaneously just by cycling through clients. Okay. So end results, 30 clients. You could do 31 if you wanted. Now we have 30 clients paying $1,800. We found the $100,000, right? We found $100,000. Actually, we found $142,000 a year, pretty much 100% profit because there's no incremental cost that comes with cycling through them. And that he was pretty stoked about this. Like, wow, this is a new way of thinking about it. Everybody's telling me I got to switch to group program and do yada, yada, yada. And we just got to look at like what we have. And I'm going to show you more here. So we gained $141,000 and some change we actually fired one client. So we did not take on more work. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that too. Okay. So let me know that makes sense. I won't see your comments. I can see the comments. I can't see who's making them. But this is a process of cycling through. It's not, you don't have to add more clients, right? All we did was systematically lay out the ones that were not paying full price because they're on a discount or they got in early or whatever. We roll in one good client at full price, and we let one expire. We just say, hey, either you pay this price or I'll let you out of your contract. It's not a big deal. I just need to do this for my own personal growth. And they're pretty much okay with it. And just in that process, we found $141,000. Look, the goal was 100. I already reached my goal. I told him, you do not have to change your model. You don't have to switch to group. You don't have to go low ticket. You don't have to do all this random crap that internet marketers do. The truth is they just don't have much business acumen, right? So you tap into this multiplicative growth. Now, the next step, because I'm all about lifestyle here, I'm all about living the good life. The next step, after we've added the $141,000 with no model change and less capacity, is we start listing the new clients. They should all be 1,800 now by headache or stress level. Okay, headache or stress level. And what we do is we use a scale of 1, 3, 5, 8, and 13. Because on a scale of 1 to 10, we can't really tell the difference between a 5 and a 6 or a 6 and a 7, right? We're not really good at that. So it's either really easy client, little headache, medium headache, big headache, really big headache. And a 13 means that you have one client that takes up as much time as 2 or 3 clients. Okay. So we went through, fired all these. We started with the 8s. Okay. So now same process. We roll somebody in at 1,800 and we let one of the 8s go. High stress, high headache, big time commitment. So we do that, right? So we can have a baseline here of, now that we have 30 clients, 1,800, and that extra $141,000 sitting right here, and an average stress level of 5.7 per client. So a total stress level or headache level of 171, $648,000 with a stress level of 171. As we cycle through, systematically get rid of the 8s, get rid of the 8s, get rid of the 8s, because we're replacing them with people that are likely to be better than 8 through I built a sales process for him. That's pretty cool. Now we have a life that's $648,000. Let's say an average stress level 2.4, total stress level of 72. What we've done is added $141,000 and cut the stress more than in half, right? This is a better life. This is an extremely profitable business. Whereas everybody just telling him this random, like, you have to completely change your model. You have to change what you like to do. If you want to make money, you have to blah, 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 blah. And the reality is there is so much, I call it a life multiplier, when we start firing clients and replacing them with less stressful ones at capacity. What we're doing is harnessing the power of the multiplicative here, right? And just systematically understanding, what does this person actually want? And what's the simplest way to get it? Well, if they're on a wait list of people that want to pay $1,800 a month, cycling out the people paying less to cycle in the people paying full price is by far the simplest. You don't have to change your model. You don't have to change your sales process. You don't have to change your delivery. All of those changes create dynamic complexities. So if you don't have to, don't do it. And then on this, the next step, if he was already making all the money he wanted, but was stressed out of his mind, we would have started here. We would have cycled in through a diagnostic sales process, consultative sales process. We would have cycled in clients that were lower stress, lower headache, and fired the ones that were higher stress, higher headache. And we've systematically reached all of his goals without changing a single thing about his model. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. I can show you the big one now. Hopefully that makes sense. In order for this to work, in order for somebody to help you with this, whether you try to do it yourself or you hire somebody, you really have to understand, what is the goal? What do they like? Stop shoving people into these cookie cutter program of, like, well, you start with one-on-one, and then you move to group, and then you move to low ticket. It's ridiculous. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It's just way more complicated. Like, moving from one-on-one to group and group to low ticket coaching is a different program. It introduces a ton of unknowns and dynamic complexities, when all we have to do is say, okay, look, we're at capacity. We're on a wait list. Let's cycle out the low paying ones for the ones that are ready to pay full price. There's all your goals right there. But let's take it a step further and start lowering your stress level by giving them a 1, 3, 5, 8, or 13. We have to chunk like this. Otherwise, we don't know the difference between a 6 and a 7, and a 7 and an 8, which means a 6 and an 8 are similar. Gets really, really confusing if you try to go a scale of 1 to 10. So we go 1, 3, 5, 8. A 13 is such a big headache. You could actually take 2 or 3 clients for the same amount of bandwidth. We want to get rid of them first. And we just do it just in time, meaning we don't fire everybody and then be broke and stressed out. It means we roll somebody in at full price or lower headache, and then we simply let somebody else's payment expire and don't renew them. So hopefully that is a different way of looking at things. Hopefully, like anybody that's ever been in business for like more than 3 or 4 years has at least $100,000 just sitting right there with no model change, with no delivery change. It's ridiculous, the suggestions that I hear. So I wanted to share this with you. I'm going to break this down in depth. I actually have 2 more examples this month. The cool thing about the newsletter is that every month I have 3 or 4 office days like this. I do 3 or 4 deep dives. I can find recurring themes and share them. So it's nickpeterson.com/letter if you want to get on that. I'm going to break down in depth 2 or 3 more examples of this. This is in a like mentorship space, mentorship for teenagers. I have a really good example in a Facebook ad agency of something similar. She just shared a bunch of her wins in the group. So I'm going to break those down and show you that most people are telling you really complicated crap that is going to break your business, and you're already you're already stepping over dollars to pick up pennies. You're going to start stepping over dollars to pick up nothing. So think about that. Watch this again and get on the newsletter, because I'm going to break this down in depth and break down some of the details for a few different companies, just to show you how much money is really hidden in plain sight. And hopefully you can take a mental rep, put yourself in their shoes, and find it for yourself. Cool.